Hi and welcome to the legendary Silverstone Legacy Grand Prix course for round 4 of the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge. This was the layout for many of F1's most memorable races, and as our series heads to more F1 relevant tracks, it's only fitting that this Silverstone Legacy Grand Prix track kicks off this new era for Missed Apex Motorsport. It's 3.8 miles long, so it's a bit bigger than any of the other tracks we've used so far, so there should be enough room for great racing without continually tripping over one another. To get things going, here are your commentators, Chris Stevens and Chris Catman Turner.
3 down and 3 to go. Welcome to round 4 of the Missed Apex Formula Renault 2.0 Challenge. I'm Chris Stevens and I will be your lead commentator this evening. Joining me this evening, as ever, is Chris Catman Turner. How's it going, Chris?
Yeah, really good. Thanks, Chris. I joined in with these guys in the practice session, and it's a fantastic circuit. I'm really looking forward to this one.
We have got 3 rounds still to run, but in case you haven't joined us for the first 3 rounds of this new championship, here's a quick recap to get you up to speed. The Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge roared into life at Okayama with a thrilling battle between Brad Philpott and David Hatton for the lead of the first race.
Is he going to make a lunge?
Yep, he does indeed. He's going for it, and they are wheel to wheel. Hatton's going to try and fight him around the outside. I think Hatton has just got the momentum on him. Yep, Philpott tucked back into the slipstream. It was the double VLN class champion who came out on top after Hatton was tripped up by a back marker. Oh, another car going off right in front of the leaders, and Hatton has had to really slow up, and Philpott has caught right up with him. Philpott now trying to force his way around the outside. He's got it. Philpott takes the lead. Gregory Leader and Jelle Ooms took the 2 reverse grid wins, but it was Sam Harper's consistency that gave him an early lead over Hatton in the championship.
You've got Sam Harper, who's just got past Clappers. I think Clappers made a mistake on the exit, so Harper moves up into 5th place. Clappers down to 6th.
Hatton got his redemption at Silverstone National, however, taking his maiden victory along with 2 other podiums to close in on Harper. Is this redemption for what happened to Okayama as David Hatton exits the final corner, powers it down onto the pit straight around Woodcote to win his first Formula Renault Challenge race at Silverstone National ahead of championship leader Sam Harper. Edward Shelley and Ishmael Basso's reverse grid wins made it 6 different winners in the first 6 races. Ishmael Basso coming across the line now, and it is a 6th different winner in the Formula Renault Challenge. That streak came to an end at the Charlotte Roval as Philpott became the first repeat winner of the season, despite the advances of BRKC racer Danny Henny and former F2 driver Ramon Pinheiro, who matched Philpott on pace. Danny Henny still into the lead. He's passed Brad Philpott somehow. I don't know where it happened, but the top 3 with Edward Shelley right together as they head back onto the banking. Henny added his name to the list of different winners in the first of the 2 reverse grid races, with Tim Ellis doing the same in race 3, as Harper once again extended his championship lead after a difficult day for Hatton. All that means Harper has a 12-point lead in the standings over Hatton, despite only finishing on the podium once this season. Shelley sits 3rd, a further 22 points adrift, with fellow winners Ellis, Philpott and Ooms in close proximity. So plenty of action has been had so far this season. This circuit, 5.1 kilometers long, 3.2 miles, 17 turns. This, what I think what they now call the Bridge Grand Prix circuit, to be fair, was first used in 1997 and used right up until 2009 before the new loop complex was built for the 2010 British Grand Prix. And because it's been a while since we've seen racing on this particular configuration of Silverstone, we thought we'd give you a handy track guide to talk you through. So here's Spanners to tell you more about this circuit.
Hi guys, Spanners here. Join me on board for a Spanners-paced lap of the Silverstone Circuit 2008 layout. Now, I do lack the ultimate pace of the guys up front, but let's you and I have a look at how this layout is different from the one we're used to seeing on Grand Prix Day. Now, first of all, we're not using the same start-finish straight. We're all the way over on the opposite side of the track. The first corner is the sweeping right-hander of Cops. as we approach Copse, we're in 7th gear. We're going to damp the brakes, move the weight forward, drop down to 6th gear. It's all about getting on the power early and not getting sucked onto the grass on the outside. If you do, you're toast. Here's Maggots and Beckett. Stay flat out for the left-hander, then go down 1 gear, take a lot of curves, stab the accelerator, then off again into 5th gear. Don't get greedy in the final right-hander. You need to have the speed off so that you can get on the gas early down the hanger straight. If you don't, you're going to get swamped from behind. Stowe is a fantastic overtaking opportunity. You can attack down the inside, but you can also defend around the outside. It's a shallow entry here. There's lots of exit, so get on the power early. Can you be brave and get on the gas before your opponent? Here we go, into Vale. Hardest braking point on the circuit, down into 2nd gear. Right-hander into club. You need to get into 3rd gear there early to avoid wheel spin. Stay tight to the right. Now, if this was the new circuit, we'd be looking for a sweeping right-hander. But now Abbey is a chicane. Brake hard, trail brake, 2 gears down, then a 3rd gear, and then flat out, down farm straight. The next corner is flat out, but do not touch the patch of grass on the right-hand side. Into Priory, down 2 gears. How fast can you hold on to it? Stamp on the brakes for Brooklands. Brooklands, more of a hairpin in this configuration. Pick 2nd or 3rd, driver's choice. And then it's Luffield. Mash the gears. When do you get back on the power? Not yet, not yet, not yet. Too late. You've lost loads of time. And the fact that everyone comes through there at a different speed means that Copse is very interesting mid-race.
So we're a few seconds away from the green flag for the 5th round of the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge, and it's the green flag, and Henny leads the field away. Hatton looks like he got a reasonable start, but it doesn't look like he's going to quite challenge him on the way into Copse Corner. Meanwhile, Ficacci has gotten straight up into 3rd place. Up at the front of the field, though, it's David Hatton trying to get around the outside of Stowe Corner. And he's got it done just about. Henny is going to try and fight him on the exit, and they are side by side for the lead of the race on this opening lap. Hatton's got the inside line on the way into the Vale chicane. Henny's trying to brave it around the outside, and Hatton locks up and gets a little bit of a wiggle on, and that has allowed Ficacci through, and James Wingfield. That's not what Hatton needed at all.
I was so clean right up to that point. I think he just got a little bit squirrely on the power trying to get around the outside of Henny, and that's cost him 2 places.
So Ficacci trying to get around the outside of Henny. He's bumped Henny, and Henny's robbed. Hatton's through into the lead. That's exactly what he needed. So a complete change of fortunes, but that has allowed Sam Harper to get through into 3rd place as well. So Hatton leads, John Lang, Sam Harper in 3rd place. Oh, Hatton's gone off somewhere because John Lang has gone into the lead. Sorry to cut over you there, but he's now coming under pressure from his championship rival, Sam Harper. What an opening lap at Silverstone. John Lang leads David Hatton, who's having a look towards the inside, but I don't think he's going to find a way through there. He's just got to cover off Sam Harper. So it looks like 4 for the lead at the moment. Hatton has got a great run out of Copse Corner, though. He's put Lang under pressure and forced him wide. Is he going to be able to go side by side with him through Maggots and Beckett? This is tight, and he's got through. Has he just gave Lang a little bit of a chop there as they went into the left-hander. So we've got this good 5 for the lead, and Harper was very early on the brakes, and that's an open invitation for James Wingfield. He's tagged Harper! Harper is round, and now he's going to lose out as well, and Ellis and Dowitzberger come together as well. What is going on here at Silverstone?
This is elevating Kyle Power. He's now up into 8th place.
So Edward Shelley, after a pretty disaster qualifying for him, is now looking at the back of Kyle Power. He just had a little sniff up the inside of Anil Singh going into Priory. Just to update you further back, I can see Henny making his way through the pack.
He is tucked right up under the rear wing of our very own Richard Spanners Ready. He comes across the line in 11th place, just behind Spanners in 10th.
So that's pretty good for him. As we mentioned, Carl Power now up into 6th place. Although he's making the moves because he's gone past Anil Singh, and Edward Shelley has followed him through now, and he's looking at the back of championship leader Sam Harper.
What do you do if you're Harper here? Because there's a couple of really fast guys behind him, but he's got to think of his championship lead. He goes defensive. He's got to think right now because Power's going for it around the outside. He's got the momentum on him, and Shelley might just follow him through there. Tim Ellis, meanwhile, is going to make a move on Anil Singh into Stowe Corner as well, and Harper has lost 2 places into Stowe Corner.
And we've got Spanners side by side with Colin Ward. Of course he is, because that's how it's been all week, apparently. So he's, I think that's Ward making a move on Spanners in the number 11 car. Give an update on Trumpets as well. He was 20th across the line last time round. We'll see where he is this time.
Yeah, Harper's in real trouble here. He just lost another place. He's right under pressure here now from Spanners.
This is interesting. What's Spanners going to do with this? The cautious cat. And, well, it seemed like it was too easy for him, because Spanners just blitzed by and Basso nearly followed him. As they exit Luffield, Mangine might be the next person to pick off the championship leader. So this could be a crucial moment, actually, in terms of the lead of the championship, because Sam Harper is 13th. He's now 14th. So if it stays the way it is, Hatton will lead the championship after this first race. Battle for third place very much hotting up, especially between Carl Power and Danny Henney. These two have battled each other on the kart track. We'll see how they go in the sim world, as Henney had a big lunge up the inside at Vale, and Power had to give him some space. Just as well he did, because that was a collision waiting to happen, but he's held on to that fourth spot for now. But for how much longer? Because here comes Henney once again, and I think Power just waved him by that time, although Henney had a little bit of a slide coming through there, and he might just have left himself exposed. This is going defensive into Bridge Corner, and Power trying to get round the outside of him and back up the inside into Priory. That's a fantastic move from Carl Power.
Oh, but Henney's lunging back down the inside again into Brooklands. He's got him. Is Power going to be able to go back inside in Luffield? No, he's cut him off.
So David Hatton has just started his final lap. Gap of 4.8 seconds for him ahead of James Wingfield. This will be his second victory in the Formula Renault Challenge. Oddly enough, his first one was at the Silverstone National Circuit. So Lang, he looks pretty safe from third place for now. I think it's more going to be between Power and Shelley for fourth place, and Shelley's got a run on him as they head towards the Vale chicane, but not close enough at the moment to make a move. But he might just have a look as they get down towards Abbey. Meanwhile, David Hatton making his way around Bridge for the final time, and Shelley's got him. Shelley's got Power into fourth place, so he must have had a fantastic run through the Abbey chicane. But here comes David Hatton, and it's going to be a second victory of the season. And after a disastrous race for his championship rival, Sam Harper, David Hatton comes across the line and puts himself back into championship contention with victory in race one at Silverstone National. So James Wingfield comes over the line in second place. John Lang gets third. Danny Henney fourth. And Edward Shelley does pick up that fifth place ahead of Carl Power. Good last lap scrap there between them. Yella Ooms, he takes seventh place, and Neil Singh in eighth. Colin Ward ninth, and Richard Spanners Ready picks up a top 10 finish. And we'll just confirm where Sam Harper is. He's just come over the line in 15th place. So it looks like Barry Kemp will be effectively on pole position ahead of John McClintock, Conor Meyer, Adam Rosales, and championship leader Sam Harper. That's going to be a little bit of a boost for him, because he needs to make up some points in this race too, which is now underway. Barry Kemp in the golf colour car leads the field away. Conor Meyer trying to get up the inside as well, and he'll have the wrong line into Cops Corner, so McClintock settles into second place ahead of Meyer. Rosales is just ahead of Sam Harper, so we'll see how he goes through Maggots and Beckett. Sam Harper trying to make a move around the outside of Rosales, and he has to kind of back out of it. He's got Grant Berger right behind him as well. Alex Van Gene's in there as well. Oh, Barry Kemp from the lead of the race is off the road, and Sam Harper coming under pressure. Oh, and more contact at the front of the field. And I think, out of all that, out in front, it's John McClintock with Sam Harper second.
Harper's under a lot of pressure. He's got about 3 cars. In fact, he's lost a couple of places. So has he got damage again? We'll have to see.
A gaggle of them heading through Stoke Corner. I've never seen anything like it. It's like rush hour down there at the moment. So absolute craziness going on further down the field. So John McClintock, more contact. I was about to say Spanners is in second place, but he's dropped it as there's more drama going down at the chicane. Sam Harper's been pushed round by Ishmael Basso down at Brooklands Corner out of Priory, exactly where Damon Hill took Michael Schumacher out of the Grand Prix in 1995. Sam Harper has been taken out of another race At the end of lap 1 of the first of the 2 reverse grid races, it's John McClintock who leads 4.6 seconds ahead of Kyle Power, but he'll make short work of that, I'm sure. Edward Shelley is in 3rd place, James Wingfield 4th, Spanners Ready 5th, and Danny Henney now making a move for 5th place on Yellow Oons as they go into Maggots and Beckett's. David Hatton next in the line. Trumpets is right up in there as well. He's 10th across the line. I think he's still in that 10th place. So Spanner's now got to watch his mirrors for Matt Trumpets, the man he was so worried he was behind him in the championship after the second meeting. And still will be ahead of him in the championship, but he certainly won't want to let him pass on track.
I reckon Kyle Powell will be on him in the next lap or so.
Look how much he's taken out of him in Maggots and Beckett's already. He's going to be all over him as they get down to the hangar straight.
He got checked up on the exit though, so he's under pressure from Shelley behind him. He's got to look behind and in front.
Yep, number 33 about to try and pounce on him as well. He might get there before Power does to McClintock. So Power goes defensive. Is he looking towards the inside or is he looking to go defensive? He had to think about it there, didn't he? But he thought better of it. Oh, Henney up on the inside of Wingfield as well. Shelley going towards the outside of Power as they go into the Vale chicane. Power breaks deep and he's able to hold him off, and still Wingfield and Henney are side by side. And Henney is pushed up towards the grass, but he has got the tighter line, the smoother, cleaner line through Club, and he still can't get past James Wingfield. As they're coming around the final corner now, Power is closer than ever, and he's got a good run out of Luffield. I think we're about to see a change for the lead into Copse Corner, Chris.
We might well do, but who's going to be in that lead? Power's on the inside, but Shelley's right there too.
Shelley's got to be careful because he's going to get boxed in here if he's not careful, and he has a look up the inside of McClintock as well just after Power goes through, but he can't get through on that occasion. The lead of this race is not done, and we're on the final lap now. What is Power going to do? Is he going to try and defend this for all his worth? Because this would even be his first podium, let alone his first win. And they're side by side into Maggots and Beckett's. Wingfield trying to get through. Can he make it stick? He can! What a move by James Wingfield. Has Power got a rebuttal though? He's got to be careful because here comes Danny Henney. It's 3 for the lead on the final lap. Power tipping a wheel on the grass as they went through there. 3 wide down the hangar straight. Power in the middle. Henney on the outside. Wingfield on the inside. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Henney goes around the outside of Power. Is he going to get around the outside of Wingfield as well? What amazing racing we are seeing here at Silverstone. Henney is about to take the lead of the race as they head towards the Vale chicane, and he's through on the inside. Yeah, Power trying to find a way through. Henney's defensive on the way into the chicane. Power throws one down the inside. He makes contact with Wingfield, and Wingfield is round. And Power's out wide. Can he just hold on to the sniff of second place? Dobertsberger's going to throw everything he can at the exit of Luffield. But here comes Danny Henney to take his second victory in the Formula Renault Challenge. Who is going to be second? It is just Kyle Power for the first time on the podium. And what a battle he was involved for it as well. He fought tooth and nail for it. Alexander Dobertsberger, that is his 3rd podium of the season, and David Hatton 4th to crucially take more points away from Sam Harper, who has come across the line in 9th place. Richard Spanners Ready in 7th place, and he did finish ahead of Matt Trumpets in 8th. So Barry Kemp in the Golf Colour Cars on pole position with Steve Ficacci ahead of Anil Singh and Matt Cook. And it's the green flag, and Barry Kemp leads them away, but immediately Steve Ficacci is trying to close the gap to him, and he's tucked into that slipstream. And will he have a look up the inside towards Copse Corner? No, he thinks better of it. Sam Watley throws it down the inside and picks up a place there. That was good stuff from him, but it's Anil Singh who still holds 3rd place. Ficacci, meanwhile, looking towards the outside of Barry Kemp. Steve Ficacci is making his move for the lead of the race. And he's going to pop up the inside towards Stowe Corner, and he gets it through. Steve Ficacci, the MX5 champion, leads at Silverstone. So there's a good group of drivers here currently making their way through Maggots and Beckett's. But it was Steve Ficacci leading by 1.1 seconds over Sam Watley at the end of lap 1. As Henney now makes his move on Shelley down the hangar straight. He's going to pop himself up the inside into Stowe Corner as Sam Harper is going to try and make his way around the outside of Ishmael Basso. So Henney pulls off that mover. Harper does not, unfortunately. He'll have another look into Vale. Oh, the top 2 in the championship going wheel to wheel through Stowe Corner. Doesn't get much better than that. And I don't think Hatton's quite got it done because Harper's trying to get back up the inside on the way into the Vale chicane, and Hatton's surely got to yield this one. Harper's bumping over the curb and didn't really leave Hatton much space there, but he left him all that Hatton needed to get through.
He's got to go defensive now because Harper's got a run again coming into the chicane. He goes to the outside.
Got to be careful going into Abbey. We've seen some drama down here, and Hatton had a bit of a twitch there, and he lets Harper back through. Hatton's got to be careful now. He's already had a bit of a twitch there. I think he'll call that a close moment. And is that Ismail Basso trying to get up the inside of him? Indeed it is, and he's having to go a little bit wide to make sure he doesn't make contact with him. He cannot afford a mistake now. So watch Tim Ellis. He might be about to take 2 race 3 wins in a row. We saw him take his maiden victory at the Charlotte Roval in the full reverse grid race. Danny Henney looks like he's about to make another move as well as he's bearing down on James Wingfield into Stowe corner. And Tim Ellis at Stowe has popped it up the inside of Sam Watley and takes second place, although Watley trying to get back around the outside, but Ellis has just got the momentum on him. And that's second place secured for the number 14 car. Henney trying to get around the outside, and he's on the grass at the Vale chicane.
That was Henney versus Wingfield again.
Oh, Wingfield spun!
Oh, he nearly collected him as he went round, and he's having to reverse off the circuit to get out of the way. And Hatton is in the slipstream of Harper. This is going to be interesting again down in Stowe. He moves to the outside. Is he going to sweep round?
We saw him try this earlier today, and he's going around the outside at Stowe corner, and he's made it work this time. Brilliant. One more lap then. This is the final lap of the evening for the fourth round of the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge at Silverstone. And Ellis looking towards the inside at Cops corner. Ficacci goes round the outside and holds him off for now. How many more opportunities has he got? They've got to be careful as well because Henney is right in this as well and could pick up the spoils if these two start squabbling too hard. Ellis has got to pick his moment perfectly with only a few corners to go, but Henney is right with them now. Can Henney become the first double winner on the same day in the Formula Renault Challenge if he can pick up these two on this final lap? Down the hanger straight. Ellis right in the slipstream. Ficacci does not go defensive. Is that a critical error? Because here comes Tim Ellis up the inside, but Ficacci again going around the outside. Who's going to come out on top? And Ficacci's out on the curb, but he's holding on. Brilliant defensive driving from Steve Ficacci, Chris.
Yeah, he knew he'd have the inside line for the club chicane, so he just had to hang it out on the outside. Brave move as the marbles started to build up. And it looks like Henney's going to have a bit of a sniff at the back of Ellis now. Henney
could make Steve Ficacci a race winner here if he launches one up the inside of Abbey. If he can just put some distance between Ellis and Ficacci. Or if he can pick them both up. We're into the final sector of the race. What more can Ellis throw at him? Can Henney get up the inside? Or is Ficacci about to do it? Ellis is going around the outside, but Henney's trying to get up in there as well. He's through into second place. Can Ellis hold on into left field? He's got the line, but Henney's going around the outside. Ellis has got the tighter line though, and they're side by side. And all this is brilliant news for Steve Ficacci, who comes around the final corner and takes his first Missed Apex victory in the Formula Renault Challenge, and Henney second place at the final corner ahead of Tim Ellis. What a finale!
And something crucial in the final lap is that Harper managed to get past Hatton. They were a bit of a gap, so Hatton must have made a mistake into that last lap. So that's Harper finishing 5th, Hatton 6th.
Only 1 point lost though, and that is far less than what Harper has lost to Hatton today. Absolutely crucial. The championship has been turned on its head tonight, and we have had 3 sensational races.
So after the 4th round of the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge from Silverstone, David Hatton now leads Sam Harper by 6 points, ahead of the final 2 rounds from Nürburgring and Suzuka, while Tim Ellis and Jelle Ooms have closed the gap to Edward Shelley in 3rd. John Lang is the big mover, however, as he rises from 13th to 9th. The penultimate round of the season will take place on June 5th at the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit, as the battle between Hatton and Harper starts to come to a head.